Hello. In this video, I'm going to recreate 3 different posters from Sonic 3 using action figures to celebrate the film's release. They won't be perfect, but I'll do my best. So let's get into it. Starting with this Sonic character poster, I'll put him against an orange background for easy masking. For the figure, all I gotta do is position Sonic's arms back and put his legs into a running motion to recreate his iconic running pose that we see on the poster. Now that I have him posed up, I'll put him on the stand for the picture. And I plop it into Procreate, and I'll do some basic masking and positioning just to start off. And I'll try some little color correction, just to try to take away some of the orange glow. And I'm also going to clean up the edges and feather them out. If there's an easier way to do this on Procreate, please tell me. I just can't afford Photoshop for myself right now. Throwing a black background on, and starting on the blue streaks. At first I chose a very off-color blue, but I'll fix that later on. Moving back to Sonic, I'm going to start on his highlights. Just going to take an airbrush and go around with a white color. Just real quick, I'm going to take away the shadow in Sonic's eyes, just to make it look a bit more lifelike. And moving on to the overall shadow work, I'm going to take a dark blue color and match the look on the image as best as I can. Tidying up the background a little bit with a few different colors, adding logos and some finishing details after my recording, and that's the first poster done. On to poster 2, I'll do this shadow character poster. It's pretty much the same poster as before, just with a different character. So, same thing, just put him into the running pose, similar to the poster, except this time when I tried to put him on the stand, I had some difficulty. Probably because my figure's leg is a bit too loose, along with his massive head, so I just ended up holding his ankle. Overall, in Procreate, same procedure as the first one. For Shadow, he's already a black figure, so adding darker areas to him would be easier to balance. So just with the same white airbrush, I made highlights, and this time I used a black airbrush for the blacks where I needed it. For the background, I ended up reusing the one from Sonic that I just made, and just recolored it to be more red and orange, adding a few more details like a couple more orange streaks, and a white glow outline, and that's the second poster done. Poster 3, this one's a bit more complex than the others. So starting with the posing for Sonic, it's pretty much the same running pose as earlier, just this time his head is looking to the side where Shadow will be. And for taking the picture, I used the stand for Sonic, but not for Shadow. Once again, his massive head. So I just used my hand in the picture. Going back to edit this last poster, I imported them again. This time I had to cover the stand around Sonic's ankle because it still shows in the final position I put him. So I went over that with blue, trying to mix it with the skin as much as I can. I think I did alright. And for this one, I'm going to focus on the complex background first. I searched up the Seattle Needle on Google for the background, and while I'm editing this, I'm realizing that the building I chose is not the same building in that poster, so we're just going to ignore that part. Anyways, I imported the totally correct building into the background. Then I proceeded to blend it with a blue background, just to make it look like the sky is more than it actually is. I then found an image of a neon city that's similar to the real one in the image. I blended the meeting points by putting a skyline image in between them for a better transition, and darkening where I need to. I also extended the building behind Shadow just to better make it match the scenery, and after that I recolored the background to a more of a green rather than a purple. Now that I have a basic version of the background, I'm going to move back to adding highlights and shadows to the figures. I did my best to match the highlights and the shadows as always. I then added the respective blue and orange streaks to their trails, along with the pictures of lightning to scatter around their feet to emphasize their speed. Then as a last minute addition, I felt like the eyes were not fitting in the poster. I did try to even out the lighting like I did in the first one, but I felt like the pupils needed to be adjusted as well and kind of match. So for both of them, I filled in their eyes completely, doing my best to recreate the shape of their eyes by simply drawing each of them. I struggled a bit with Shadow's eyes since he's more at an angle than Sonic is, but with that, I am done with the third and final poster. Now, they're not perfect, but I did try. Let me know what you guys thought of my poster recreations. You guys can go ahead and rank them in the comments below. Let me know if you're excited for Sonic 3's release, and if you want to see a Sonic and Shadow stop motion from me. Like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video.